Hey, so this is Vince, 302 swap 240SX, S13. I haven't seen much on the internet about this swap. There's a little bit here and there, but there's nothing like in one spot. So I'm going to document what it took for me to get this thing in here and going, and share it with whoever wants to know so they can do it on their 240. So here it is. 302 from a 96 Explorer. It's all built. Should be making around, hopefully around 430 horsepower, somewhere around there. Anyways, so here it is. I guess first things first, headers, steering rack. That's one of the biggest obstacles. These are BBK shorty headers. Here's the model right here. You can see it. So if you want to order them, that's them. The steering shaft, if you don't modify it, hits right here. Right now it's not mounted, so it's hitting right now, but the steering shaft's not mounted, so it's hitting. But anyways, you need to install a U-joint here to give you some angle so it'll clear that steering shaft. So take it to a welder, or you can do it yourself, and get that done. Also, you need a bash back here pretty hard. Yeah, I didn't have like the right bolts, obviously, so I had to put some spacers there, but there's that. Another thing, I think I might actually be the first person to have bought these, but these are CX Racing engine mounts. They were, when I talked to the guy, he said he didn't even know that they had released them yet, so I might be the first guy on here to get them. So here they are, CX Racing 302 mounts for an S13. In order for me to clear this shaft and not hammer the crap out of these headers, I got a plate there. It's a 3/4 inch plate, thick, and so it raised up the engine enough to clear the steering shaft, and also to raise up the oil pan a little bit so it doesn't hit the so it's not below the subframe. So we got that. Yeah, that's one thing you're gonna need also while we're down here, is a modified oil pan for this. I forgot what year they get the oil pan from, but it's a 60 something Mustang, and they cut it, modify it to be front sump here, and then yeah, just use that. But make sure you install baffles so you don't starve your oil of engine whenever you're accelerating. You want to keep the oil up front. Also, quick thing, I don't know if you guys can see here, right here maybe, somewhere in there. Right there, right here, it's a dipstick. The Generation 5.0, this doesn't have the dipstick here on the front cover. I had to drill a hole to get it, and you're gonna have to cut the back of your alternator bracket right here. You're gonna have to cut a bit out of it to fit this dipstick in here, so it'll mount. You can't use the OEM dipstick location over here underneath the headers. It's kind of hard to see, but you can't use that location because oh, there it is. See it back there? I put a 9mm casing to bullet casing to seal it up. Anyways, you can't use it because it won't fit with the oil pan. So you gotta modify it to be front sump, and then it'll be cherry from there. Let's see what else. What else do we got here? Oh, also here you're gonna have to get a Willwood clutch master cylinder for your T5 transmission. Oh, I wish I would have filmed while it was out of the car, but yeah. Another thing I did, I guess it's a little ghetto, but I took my stock fuel lines, I just bent them upwards. I got some AN fittings here. I need to get this other one, install it, but these are going to be the fuel lines to hook up here and right here. I'm using a Phytech throttle body injection. It's rated for 600 horsepower, so should be enough. I don't know what I'm going to do about an exhaust yet, but I guess I'll get to that when I get to it. So that's one thing for the fuel lines. Another thing I'm working on right now, another steering shaft thing. So right here, you see how one of my studs is missing? I need to punch this one out because I need to install it with I'm gonna put these bolts in there instead. And you want to space the steering column down 3/4 of an inch, so it'll put it at an angle that the steering shaft won't bind whenever it turns. So, and it gives you a little bit extra clearance for the header as well. So it's another thing you need to do. So right now I'm gonna try to knock that out and knock that stupid stud out. Hopefully it won't take forever. Got my trusty air hammer here. Should do the job.